Alright, so if you're on this video, you want to know how to get 99% open rate. What I'll do first is tell you I'm sorry because my English is not the best and I have a strong French accent because I actually speak French. So I'll do it in English because there's more people doing it, but yeah. So I'll tell you who I am, why I'm doing this video, why you should listen, a case study, and then how did I get them those results. So if you want to skip to that part, you can do it, but I'll go through that first. So who I am, I'm Yuva. So basically, as of right now, I'm in the south of France. As you can see with the yachts, it's pretty cool. I'm close to Monaco. I'll be in Monaco in like 5 days. I've been doing cold emails and cold email system for the past 4 years. I've sent more than 10 million emails at this point, and also helped generate more than $10 million in pipeline for my clients. Why I'm doing this video, I mean, it's obvious. I want to get more clients. I want to help people that might not have the budget like when I started. And also, I want to document my process because it's something I've been working on. I'm not the type to do those videos, but I guess I have to do it to maybe look back on my mistakes and help people through that, I guess. Why you should listen to this video? I mean, I'll go over my best performing campaign. It was a campaign that had a 99% open rate, 21% reply rate, 50% positive reply rate, and from that it generated around 66,000 in pipeline. I'll be able to show some screenshot after. I mean, I'll go on the software directly. Let me show you guys. So yeah, we started 792 sequence, but I'll show that at the end of the video. I'll explain everything, all the process that I used to get those results. So now we can go over the case study. So who was the client? Basically, it was a private platform that would create events around their city. So basically, they will help artists get more events through restaurants and bars and stuff like that. What they were doing before, they were using Instagram to get a lot of news, but most of the time the social media manager wouldn't always like manage the social media correctly. So we just set up an email system and started contacting them through email. Since most of them used email to get reservation for the restaurants, we were able to go through that way and get to communicate with someone that was managing the events and stuff like that, the marketing. So why they reached out? I mean, they needed a new offer, a better way to jumpstart their acquisition system, do more volume, and also not do everything manually. I heard that a lot of people were doing everything manually, like sending 200 emails a day. It's a chores and it's very difficult, and you don't want to do that. Mostly when your strategy is more like a broad strategy, you're not trying to target a specific avatar or ICP. So yeah, the best strategy when you're doing a lot of volume is to put system in place to not have to constantly go after those clients manually. What we built, so basically we built a basic system with 30K email sending per month, which was enough for them since they were more local. It's not like something that's more like national, like in recruitment. I know that in recruitment you can set up systems that can send maybe 1 million emails a month and you'll still have people to contact, because the market is so big. But for local markets, you don't need anything that's too big unless like you're trying to reach everyone in the city, but even then. So yeah, how fast they got results? I mean, after the first day, they had 25 replies, 7 booked meetings, and the first week we sent with them 588 emails. We got a 99% reply rate, 120 response, 60 meetings, all of them, which made them 42,000. I know there's a lot of mistakes here, but whatever. So yeah, it was pretty good results. So what they landed, they signed more than 50 venues on their platform the first week, which was good. So it's the same thing for SaaS companies that want to do cold email. You have to go get some clients through emails, and there's a way to do it, which I'll show you at the end. Their future plan, I heard that they had to change a little bit their models since most of the artists didn't get paid before like the event, but more like after the event, which didn't guarantee them some money. So they're changing the model. So yeah. So now to the best part, how did I get them those results? I'll show you. So basically, that's one of the person I'm trying to do something with. Okay. So basically, when you start working with us, like I don't, you're not, you can use it for yourself here. You don't need to come work with me. If you want, you're more than open to. But normally, how it's supposed to go, there's 4 steps. So the first step is the ICP and product research. So that's where you'll be able to know who you're targeting. So when we did the targeting for the restaurants, we wanted some special venues that had space where we know that we can put the artists in. Also, we want some type of bars and restaurants that are more open to weird events and like something less casual. You know, they want to differentiate themselves. So that's something we had to put our effort in. Like the direction of our effort had to go to those type of people instead of like the broad market. You know, for the product, basically how we decided to go with them was that they had something pretty much unique in their city, which was event booking. There's a lot of people doing it, but there's not a lot of people doing it personalized to the restaurants and to the artists they were serving. So the fact that they were able to combine both of those was very good. For the system, it was the basic system with 30K emails per month. I'll be able to also make a video. I think I'll make a video in the future where I'll show you how to set up everything or what to use to do those type of systems. For the warm-up phase, so once the system is put in place, you have to wait at least 1 month. Why 1 month? It's to make sure that Google or like Microsoft doesn't detect you as spam. Because for Google, they value more the, how do we call that? They value more the reputation of your domains more than your sending patterns, I guess, if I can say it like that. Rather than Microsoft, they're more careful about how you send your emails instead of like how long you've been sending emails. You know what I mean? So like if you have a 10-year-old domain with Google, there's more value with that than with Microsoft. Anyway, that's more complicated, but I mean, that's more technical. It's a point. So why 1 month? It's something that I tested for myself, and I just saw that with 1 month I can keep my system alive for at least 6 to 7 months if I have a good sending hygiene. So that's something that I do every system. There's decay and there's times where it will perform less and less and less, and at some point you have to replace it. But if you can keep it for longer and do better, like have better results with it, it's perfect. So I try to keep it for at least 6 to 7 months, and from there I just replace the system and slowly transition it to not cut the, how do we call that, the revenue from those emails. From experience, we'll run tests every month at low level sending, and we'll make sure that the system is good, because every 4 to 5 months, if you send every day for 4 to 5 months, that's what you should expect. But if you can take pause and maybe just let the system breathe a little bit more, that's where you can stretch it a little bit to 6 to 7 months. This can be longer if you have a good sending hygiene, like I said, and no spamming behaviors. So basically talking like a human and not making it weird, where you're sending and thinking. Every time you think that you're sending something that the person will read it this way and they will like it this way. No, just act normal or be straight up, tell what you can do for them, or like try to create conversation. My best advice is to try to create a conversation. Test phase. The test phase, I will basically what I did for them was basically send a lot of variation. So basically for every variation, I will send like 500 to 1000 emails. And from there, I'll test like, okay, what's the messaging that's working with local restaurants to host events. And then from there, once I find like an outlier where I see that I'm getting crazy responses, even if it's bad, if I get crazy bad responses, I'll just find a way to switch it to good responses. Maybe like the offer wasn't right, but there was some things in the offer that was interesting. Anyway, there's that. So yeah, I do the test phase. Once I find an outlier like the one that I'll show you after, the 99% reply rate, I'll just put like 80% of my system on it. So why 80%? That's the scale phase. The 80% is basically to make sure that you have a steady flow of people coming in, and then the 20% that you keep is just to test. You test multiple variation, you test things that you think might not work, but suddenly they work. You test new avatars, you test new artists. Like there's a lot of things that you can do. So the 20% is just to go crazy and to have like a breathing pattern, I guess, in your system. And the 80% is more to keep the system bringing in money for you. So that's for the scale phase. Now, let me show you the process. 2 seconds. I'll show you the campaign directly. Okay, so what I did here, as you can see, I started 792 sequence. And this campaign generated around 66,000. As you can see, I only sent emails for like, what, 2 weeks? Yeah, and I started there because I had a new list of like potential venues. So that's there. Sequence started 792. What you have to know is that for each sequence, I sent 7 emails. But the way I did it was a little bit weird, which is not very conventional in cold emails. I sent them one after the others for 7 days, which is something that I tried. And some people might say that it's like forcing an answer, or like maybe it's disrespectful, or maybe like too much. But from the result that I got, if I remember correctly, I had 2 people that were mad about it, and they were like, "You don't even let me respond to you, and you send another email." So I was like, "Look, anyway, you wouldn't have been the right client for this type of client, so whatever." But the 2 people that were mad weren't even like the right fit. But for the rest, they all answered, and some of them, like as you can see here, for step 1, the most of my results I got them from day 1 and day 2. So like 11 potential clients, 21 potential clients here, and that was Monday, Tuesday, and then the rest I got it like in the middle and at the end. I'll show you the messaging that I was using too, so that you have a better idea. But yeah, that's for the results. Sorry, the leads. Yeah. All right. Okay. So that was the first email that I was sending. So basically, my strategy when I send emails to companies, whatever the industry, you have to act either as a client, as a potential candidate that wants to work in the company, or like as someone that is close to them. So I know that you can do some crazy things with Clay nowadays, but what I advise you to, if you don't have the budget, or like if you have the budget, just use Clay and go crazy. But if you don't have the budget and you're just starting, the best way to do it would be to just act as a close person to them. So like act as if you're not trying to sell something. So that's for the first line. So for the subject line, it's the same thing. You have to act like it's something that will create curiosity in them to open your email. And then your first line, which is the first thing they'll see when they receive the notification that you're sending them an email, has to be like personalized in a way that will make them react. So every time they received this email, they were saying, "I was wondering if you're hosting any event this month, what you have planned for next month." So basically what they felt like was like, okay, this guy is a client, He wants to know if we're hosting any events. And then from there, once they open the email, what they'll see is that I'm helping someone in Montreal do more pop-up events. And this can bring them more revenue, more clients. And I'm not going all in. I know that this email is not very conventional too. Why? Because it's long. Normally, first emails are very short, but I decided to go against all the advice of everyone on the internet and just try my own thing and be genuine about it. And that gave the best answer, I guess. Um, and then my call to action here, that's my offer. That's some social proof. Yeah, because it's been some time since the last time that I saw this email. Would love to see if you could project. So yeah, that's the call to action, which is very simple. I keep it broad, very open in the next few months because I'm not, how do you call it? I don't need money right now. I just want to know if you're open to this idea and if it's something that we can discuss. So the client was actually me. So I did this for myself at the time. For this project, I don't run it anymore, like really, I don't put my mind to it too much. But the way I do it, if you want to try this opportunity, is just to go and make sure that the artists get paid by the bars or the restaurants. That's the only way it will work because I had some success. But anyway, I can go into so many details. As you can see, I'm a little bit ADD about everything business, but yeah. And also my PS is like how do you call that? A freebies where I'll tell them I drop some cool ideas for your location. Would you be interested in seeing them? And that's like more incentive for them to respond and be like, yes, show me what you got, you know? So that's for the first email. The second email was simply a reminder of like what I'm doing, and also that's for the first line, and also what I do and how it can help them. So basically, what can it do for their location if there is an event like this? Um, Here's the deal, recruit partner. So then I did a direct pitch because from there, what I know is that most of them saw my first email, but they didn't respond, sorry. And now they're seeing this one and I want them to respond. So either a yes or no. So I decided to go with a direct pitch for this. And for the third email, it's a copy of the second one, but way more simple so that they just have to go through it very quickly. For the fourth email, it's just can we take a coffee? It's pretty simple, just a reminder that we exist. But I mean, anyway, it's every day that I send one emails of those variations. Hey, there's someone interested. So yeah, that's where I just look to see if they're still interested. Maybe they've opened the email but didn't respond yet, and maybe they forgot about me because they asked someone and they were like, can we do those events or not? There's this, and then for the step 6, same thing. And step 7 was just like, okay, I see that you're not responding. I think the timing might not be okay, which is good. And if there's anything, my door is always open. Best of luck with everything. I'd say for this one, most of the 12 answer that I got at the end, the 12 opportunity that I got at the end, was from people that didn't actually saw the first 7 emails. So like, they didn't see any email, and then from there, once they saw this one, they were like, oh, oops, I forgot to go look. And then they were like, okay, no, I'm still interested, but sometimes they will contact me, maybe a week or 2 weeks after. So that's why most of the time people doing cold email will stretch out the sending patterns and not do like every day, you know, like I'm doing here. So yeah, that's for the campaign. If you want to see the schedules, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I was doing every day. Again, this is not a typical campaign. It's something that I just like do for myself. I just tried it and it worked. But yeah. Option. Yeah, show advanced option. Also, you always want to do text only, no HTML. That's to make sure that your system doesn't burn quickly. Was sending 900 emails per day. That's perfect. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got 99% open rate on my campaign. If you have questions, don't hesitate to put it in the comment section. I'll be able to answer everything. I have some time on my hand. As you can see, I'm on vacation. I'm just enjoying myself. So if you have any questions, put it in the comment section, like this video, and maybe subscribe if you want to see more of that. I'll try to be consistent with it, but as I said at first, in the beginning of the video, I'm not a YouTube guy. I'm more of a cold email guy. So I do those videos to maybe to get some clients and help some people while documenting my process. So I'll try to be consistent with this. I'm more consistent with emails. So yeah, if you want to work with me, don't hesitate to go on my website, onlysolid.com. That's my agency. I don't even know what the word agency means, but if you want to work with me, like just with me, you'll be able to do it on the website or send me an email, write a comment, whatever way you have to contact me, do it. And we'll be able to go on a call, see what's your issue, if cold email can even help you. And yeah, I hope this was useful. If there's anything, you let me know. Peace.